For me, personally, it is, for me now, I feel I need to be getting more awareness in what I do. So I'm just looking at how I'm practicing my breathing, and I'm starting to incorporate that in the world that I'm in. But at the same time, as I do it, I find sometimes that doing it makes me more tired and more hungry. It's like, I guess it's more concentration that my brain's not really ready to use yet. But I have noticed a difference in my books. I have been able to read for longer hours, but now I'm just trying to incorporate it into the environment. It's a bit hard, but for your way you've been teaching has been actually helping, especially type of things you've been asking me to do, like staring and such.
Yeah, you see now, something that's often misunderstood is awareness is not something you can cultivate. In your experience, it might seem like you're coming to more and more awareness, but actually it is not so. What is it that's actually happening is, you see right now you are aware, aren't you? Are you doing it? Or is it an effortless process? It's like the blood, isn't it like blood flowing through your veins, or the very beating of your own heart? Awareness is a natural phenomenon. In fact, it is impersonal. It's there in every human being, in every dog, cat, worm. So, awareness is actually not something that you cultivate, but it seems as though it's being cultivated. And the reason why it seems to be that way is because all that you're doing in the whole process is you are dissolving the psychological hindrances which are preventing you from seeing more clearly into your own awareness. So it's just like clouds that are obscuring the light of the sun. The sun is already there. You cannot bring it into existence. It cannot be added, it cannot be subtracted. But the only thing you're doing is that you're just creating an inner atmosphere where those clouds gradually start moving, and the light of your own inner nature starts spreading throughout all of your faculties. So, as an experience, it seems like you're coming to more and more awareness. Actually, what's happening is that you're just becoming more conscious of things which are already there within you, but just because we've not been putting our attention in the right direction, has remained outside of our perception. You know, in yoga it's always been said that if you truly come to know yourself, it's not different than having insight into all the stars and galaxies in all the universe. So that's all what the whole process is. You're just dissolving the root causes of your ignorance. And like what I talked to you the other day, don't think of it as moving from point A to point B. Just think of it as understanding the present obstacles. What are the obstacles right now which are preventing you from seeing things with more clarity? And just by seeing them, just by learning how to remain a witness to them, they start disappearing by themselves. And then, when those obstacles dissolve, you find there's a new set of obstacles, and you will have to confront them, have to observe them. Just like a scientist observes experiments in a laboratory. This is the laboratory of your own consciousness, of your own being. So just by observing things as they are, that in itself is the whole science. Just by remaining a witness to things as they are, whatever is blocking you from having more sharper vision into things starts slowly disappearing. So this is actually what the whole phenomenon of meditation is doing. By remaining a witness in the present moment, the longer you can remain a witness, is the more and more you find the mind gradually becoming more still, more silent. So thoughts start disappearing, emotions start disappearing, perceptions start disappearing. and the mind, the ripples of the lake gradually come to a complete stillness. And that's actually what the meaning of yoga is. I spoke to you once about a very well-known yogi, Patanjali. He has described the whole process of yoga with just one simple sentence. He says yoga is bringing the activity of the mind to a stillness. And when your mind has come to a complete stillness, then a silence which is beyond the mind reveals itself. It's always been there. When Gautama Buddha became awakened, he said, I did not attain anything whatsoever from my enlightenment. The only thing that has happened to me is I've come to realize what I have always been from first to last. That which is birthless and deathless within me. I've just realized what has always been the case. So you've always been a Buddha from first to last. And when I say Buddha, it has nothing to do with Gautama Buddha. Because the word Buddha just simply means the awakened one. Anybody who has awakened to his true self can be referred to as a Buddha. So everybody is a Buddha, but the whole absurdity of it is, and the whole insanity of it is, that we are what we are. You are what you are, and yet you are not aware of what you are. So most of the disharmony in life is coming from this, that man is ignorant of his true nature. And once you see directly into your true nature, it's not a coincidence that all of those who have come to their awakening naturally felt tremendous love and compassion. The reason for this is that this is just a side effect of seeing into your true nature. Once you see directly into your true self, you'll find that the same nature flows through everything. This is why, I don't know if you've heard in the Bible, I'm not fond of the Christian philosophy or the idea of God. But in the Bible there's a tremendously insightful statement. It says God is omnipresent in all places at all times. Leaving aside what we mean by this word God, but it simply means that which is eternal, that which is beyond, is the very nature of things. You cannot escape from it. It's the very stuff that you are made of. It's the very stuff which everything is made of. And that's what modern science has come to a realization of. Today, in modern science, they're very aware of this, that everything in existence is just one essential energy. Yes, this one energy can express itself in many different forms. The one can manifest as the many. So the water can become ice, the ice can evaporate and become gas. They seem different to our senses, but it's actually one and the same energy. So what difference does it make whether you say God, so-called God, is omnipresent, or whether you say that everything is of the same one essential nature? This is just simply a difference of terminology. So this is a misconception. You cannot come to more awareness. You can just simply dissolve the obstacles which are preventing you from seeing things which are already the case.
And you can do that with silence, I think?
Silence cannot be done as an effort of the mind. That's the whole problem.
But
if you try to become silent, it's a bit like you're standing there with your sword and constantly striking the lake to see your own reflection. That's what happens when you try to bring your mind into silence. Silence cannot be done as an effort of the mind. It's a bit like this, relaxation. Take relaxation, for example. When you're going to sleep every night, just imagine if you kept on telling yourself, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. What will be the result? You'll simply keep yourself awake. That very effort will continue disrupting your mind, will continue disrupting your silence, your relaxation. So silence happens from a very deep kind of letting go. But here's where we have to have a balanced attitude. Effort is also needed, but the effort is not to create silence. The effort is to prepare yourself for silence. So when your inner atmosphere is prepared, it's just like a gardener. He plants a seed in the right season, with the right soil, in the proper sunlight, with all the necessary ingredients in place. Once he's taken care of all the necessary ingredients, now that seed starts blossoming by itself, doesn't it? The same is the case with the inner dimension. The only reason why effort is needed is just simply because we've been living for so long as a slave to our programming.